Sarban. Okay. Okay.
all other Columbia State campuses are smoke and tobacco free. For the health of our students, faculty, staff, and visitors, smoking is not permitted in the buildings or on the grounds. We appreciate your cooperation in helping us be a healthy...
Candidates and guests, please be seated. It may be raining outside, but I think the sun's shining in here. At least the faces that I'm looking at out there certainly have wonderful smiles as the sun smiles down upon us when it is a beautiful day outside. So good morning, graduates, faculty, staff, family, friends, and guests. My name is Janet Smith, and I have the pleasure of being president of Columbia State Community College. It is my honor and distinct pleasure to welcome each of you to Columbia State's Spring 2018 Commencement Ceremony. It is a grand day. It is a special day, and it's special for several reasons. First and foremost, it's a day of celebration, a celebration of accomplishments. It is a day that we recognize these graduates who set a goal and who accomplished it. It's a day of transition. And I think the most appropriate way to start this day is all of us show these graduates how very proud we are of their accomplishment. If you are a user of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we encourage it. On the back of your fan or the front of your fan, it gives you a hashtag that you may want to use so that we let others in the world celebrate what we are celebrating today as well. I would like to give a special thanks to Professor Mark Lee and his performance ensemble for the entertainment and the music, the wonderful music they have played during the morning, and also to the 17th Lancers Pipes and Drums for leading us in the procession, and they will be returning again later. Adds a wonderful piece to our celebration. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce those at Columbia State who have chosen a profession of care, nurture, and instruction that results in personal, professional, and civic growth of our students. And through their work together, they are the skeleton, the heart, and the soul of Columbia State. So as I recognize each person in each group, I ask that they stand and remain standing until all are introduced and that all applause be held until the end. First, Ms. Joni Lennick. Ms. Lennick is the Interim Vice President of Academic Affairs and Associate Vice President for Faculty, Curriculum, and Programs. Ms. Ruth Ann Holt. Ms. Holt is the Interim Vice President for Student Enrollment, Engagement, and Services and Dean of Access, Southern Campuses, and Regional Services. Ms. Elaine Curtis, who is the Vice President for Finance and Administration. Ms. Bethany Lay, who is the Vice President for Advancement. Then we have the College Leadership Council. Please stand. This council represents the leadership from across the college and is instrumental in shared governance. Then there is the faculty. Would the faculty please stand? One of the most important relationships of the college is between the faculty and the students. Columbia State is blessed with a very exceptional faculty that are noted for scholarship, teaching abilities, caring, and great concern for the success of the students. Then throughout this building and also seated is our professional staff and support staff. Would you please stand? Admissions, financial aid, registration, business services, counseling, student engagement, communications, advancements, safety and security, maintenance and administration all play a pivotal part in providing for successful education of our students. I ask the candidates and the guests to please help me thank these folks from Columbia State, your Columbia State people, for all the fine work that they do. Please be seated. You know, each year we have retirements that occur at Columbia State, and I've never done this before, but it dawned on me that it would probably be a good thing to do. We have some faculty and staff who are retiring. I would like to ask them to stand. They have put in as many as 37 years of service, one of them, long-term employees, great faculty, and we appreciate what they did and what they have done throughout the years and their continued support. So please help me recognize individuals who have spent their life's work in the success of students. Thank you. Seated to my left are special guests that have chosen to be here to recognize and honor our graduates. I ask that they stand, and as I recognize them, I also ask that all applause be held until all are recognized. First, the family of our commencement speaker and soon-to-be graduate Kirkland Pinkerton. The family of Haley Weesey, soon to be the graduate who will be assisting with our alumni induction ceremony later in the program. The family of Regent Jeremy Mitchell, legislators and service area mayors that may be in the audience, and Columbia State Foundation board members and ambassadors that may be in the audience as well. Thank you all for sharing this special day with us. Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the student representative on the Tennessee Board of Regents, Regent Jeremy Mitchell. Regent Mitchell recently graduated from TCAP Pulaski with a diploma in HVAC. While there, he served as the Student Government Association and Skills USA president. He was inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. He made the president's list and maintained a 4.0 GPA throughout his time at TCAP Pulaski. In 2017, Regent Mitchell was appointed by Governor Haslam as the student regent to the Tennessee Board of Regents. The Tennessee Board of Regents is the governing agency of all community colleges and technical colleges. Currently, he is a production supervisor at Magneto, Inc. in Steel Foundry in Pulaski that provides wear-resistant casting and grinding media to the mining industry. He is a 12-year veteran of both the U.S. Army and the Tennessee National Guard. He has had 4 deployments in support of our nation and has served in both Afghanistan and Iraq. Regent Mitchell and his wife, Sonny, are both active in their church where Jeremy serves as a deacon, and he and Sonny both share the roles of leading their youth group. They have 3 children, Lillian, Taylor, and Casey. In his spare time, Jeremy enjoys fishing, time on the water with his family, and his family also loves to sing and play music. At this time, I invite Regent Mitchell to the podium to bring greetings from the Tennessee Board of Regents. Regent Mitchell.
Thank you, President Smith. I'm very glad to be here to bring greetings and congratulations from the Tennessee Board of Regents. The Governing Board of Columbia State and the 12 other public community colleges and the 27 colleges of applied technology. This is an important day in your lives and a very proud day for you and your families. For myself and my fellow members at the board, it is an especially gratifying day as well. Because being here with you today, seeing you receive your degrees and credentials, is what makes our volunteer service so rewarding. And seeing the proud faces of your parents and your families, your extended families, your friends, your loved ones, it's what makes time on the board just so worthwhile to us. You are why we serve. You're why our board and the college system of Tennessee exists. You're why this college exists. Our responsibility as board members is to ensure that you have the very best environment possible to learn and succeed. That means making sure that our campuses are well equipped and safe, that faculty members have the resources they need to teach and make recommendations to the governor and the state legislators for adequate funding. I'm delighted to report to you that Governor Haslam and the legislature have just approved the purchase of new training equipment for our colleges and some funding for campus security. We all thank our state officials and legislators and Tennessee taxpayers for their strong support in public education. Our sincere thanks also go to President Smith and the faculty and staff for all of your hard work to get us to this day. I know you take much pride in commencement and in your graduates. Teaching is your life's work. The mission statement of the board and the college system is so simple, focused, and direct. It's only 5 words: student success, workforce development. It's our mission because when you students succeed, you're creating better lives for yourselves and your families for generations to come. Your graduation today will cause ripple effects in your families across time longer than you can imagine. You have put down a marker for success that your children and grandchildren will follow. One generation line a foundation for the next generation to build on. And when you succeed, your community succeeds, and Tennessee succeeds. You are the future of your community, our state, and our country. The credentials you've earned signify that you've devoted the time, study, hard work to prepare yourself for modern global workforce. You may have heard the phrase "Drive to 55" in the news. That's our state's efforts to increase the percentage of Tennesseans with some kind of college degree or credential to 55% by the year of 2025 in order to compete for jobs in today and tomorrow. Today, you become the newest drivers in that very important Drive to 55. Because of you and your friends and programs like Tennessee Promise and Reconnect, Tennessee is on track to reaching the 55% 2 years early. In closing, I have a very important message to you and your friends, and maybe your older siblings, maybe even your parents. Starting this fall, just about any Tennessean who doesn't have a college degree can attend one of our public community or technical colleges free of tuition and mandatory fees. You can have some college to qualify for that. More than 10,000 people have already applied. Encourage your friends and relatives to look into Tennessee Reconnect. They can earn their degree and learn new skills just as you have and make their families' lives better too. But today is about you. Today we celebrate your accomplishments. For those of you planning to continue your education at a 4-year college or a university, good luck ahead. I'm confident that you have a firm foundation for continuing your studies. To all of you, never forget your alma mater. Support it in every way that you can in the years ahead. On behalf of the Board of Regents, including our chairman, Governor Haslam, congratulations.
I would now like to welcome Ms. Joni Lennox, Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs, to the podium to recognize the recipient of the Distinguished Faculty Award. Ms. Lennox.
Thank you, President Smith. Each year, the Columbia State faculty select one of their own to be honored as the Distinguished Faculty Member of the Year. This honor carries with it a monetary tribute provided by the Columbia State Foundation. I am pleased to announce the recipient of the 2017-18 Distinguished Faculty Award is Ms. Ana Besoa, Associate Professor of English and Spanish. Ana, please make your way to the podium. This year's Distinguished Faculty winner began her teaching career at Columbia State in 1998. She's been the lone full-time faculty in the Foreign Language Department and has worked tirelessly to expand and improve the quality of instruction within her classes. Ms. Besoa provides an interactive learning environment for her students both in and out of the classroom. The methods she uses not only work to improve students' Spanish skills, but also to develop critical thinking. She encourages students to learn more about the many Spanish-speaking cultures. Ana creates camaraderie with and among the students while still challenging them. The result is a high level of language skills among her students. Ana served as the Director of International Education from 2005 to 2015. Under her direction, study abroad increased from a single student in 2005 to Columbia State being third in the state for the number of students participating in TENSIS. Anna's hard work and perseverance is responsible for creating amazing opportunities for many students. Here are some quotes that were pulled from the nomination for Ms. Bosoa. Anna goes about her work in a quiet manner and often does not receive the recognition she deserves. But considering all of the contributions she has made to her students, co-workers, and the community, it is clear to see she is highly deserving of recognition. Anna's strongest quality is her humbleness. She does not flaunt her accomplishments, nor does she seek to be rewarded for being an exceptional educator, community advocate, and respected colleague. She possesses all the qualities of an excellent educator. She is pleasant, personable, and caring towards students while setting high expectations and aspirations, and demonstrates enthusiasm for Spanish. Anna has served in various capacities at the college and contributed greatly to various committees, task force, and volunteer efforts. Examples include she has chaired the Lyceum Committee for 3 years, served on Faculty Senate for 4 years, served on Perceptions, that's a Journal of the Arts board, for 5 years. She has served on the college's 50th anniversary committee and developed 2 online courses. Candidates and guests, please join me in congratulating Ms. Anna Bosoa, the 2017-18 Distinguished Faculty Award recipient.
Congratulations, Anna. Another award of distinction is the President's Medal, which recognizes and honors an outstanding member of our faculty and staff. The award also carries a monetary tribute provided by the Columbia State Foundation, and the recipient is the bearer of the college mace at commencement. The Review and Selection Committee is comprised of leaders of the Constituency Council, past President's Medal recipients that are currently employed at the college. Nominees are reviewed on 4 major qualities: contributions and achievements that support and sustain the college's mission, leadership in providing access to collegiate education, promotion of lifelong learning, and supporting community development. Also, service to the community that strengthens the college's commitment, community relations is included, as well as work ethic. It gives me great pleasure to announce that Ms. Linda Boshears, Administrative Secretary for Academic Affairs, is this year's President Medal recipient. Linda, would you please make your way to the platform? Let me share a little bit about Linda. And the first thing I want to say, if you think this event is well organized, this is your person. She led a team and put it together. Linda is a Columbia State alum, and we're very proud of her. And she has been employed at Columbia State since 1988. She is the past recipient of the Outstanding Support Staff Award and 3 Employee Choice Awards. She has worked on several projects, including SAC COC, reaffirmation, the Financial Aid Review by the Department of Education, and the TBR Quarterly Board Meeting, along with numerous academic audits and peer reviews. And in the words of her friends and colleagues, they say, she embodied everything that is good about Columbia State. She fulfills the college's mission through helping fellow co-workers, learning more as the college changes and grows, and serving others with professionalism and compassion. She's never too busy to help a student. Her many years at Columbia State and her knowledge of business and facility practices and cross-department functions equip her to dog a problem for the student until a resolution is met. Her attitude is friendly and positive in a way that I rarely see in this stress-burdened world of ours. Another person said she possesses a great personality. an unrivaled work ethic, and a commitment to quality. In addition, she creates a strong, positive example of a college ambassador to the community, always presenting herself professionally, competently, and skillfully. In addition to organizing our fall and spring convocation events and assisting with student honors convocation, she has taken on the tremendous task of leading the commencement planning team and making sure that our graduation continues to occur with no hiccups. On the weekends, she and her husband participate in historical reenactments and do GPS mapping of local cemeteries. Please join me in congratulating the 2017-2018 President's Medal recipient, Miss Linda Boshears. Then we'll try and turn up the sound a little bit. Is that better? Better? Okay. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our commencement speaker, Kirkland Pinkerton. Kirkland will be graduating during this morning's ceremony and will be awarded the Associate of Science degree in Sociology. Kirkland is a first-generation college graduate and Centerville, Tennessee native. He is a 2015 graduate of Hickman County High School, and this fall he will transfer to Austin Peay State University to pursue his Bachelor of Science in Sociology while doing undergraduate research on the dynamics of Southern culture and sexuality. After completion of his baccalaureate studies, Kirkland plans to attend graduate school to obtain a graduate degree in sociology, where he plans to study sexuality, gender, criminology, deviance, and social control. He plans to teach in the field of higher education at some point in the future. Kirkland hopes to obtain a doctorate in higher education administration. He has dedicated a lot of his time working with and for students at Columbia State, in our communities, our counties, and our state. He began his service in the Student Government Association, our SGA, as a senator his freshman year, and was later elected to serve as SGA president for 2 consecutive terms. During his presidency, Kirkland also wrote legislation that would provide funds to help increase the effectiveness of the SGA operation. Kirkland was also instrumental in assisting in the restructure of the SGA to embody the inclusiveness of all Columbia State campuses. He has also been involved in many other student organizations, which include PRISM, Sigma Kappa Delta National English Honor Society, Charger Activity Board, Columbia State Foundation Student Representative, President's Leadership Society, and many more. Aside from Kirkland's service here at the local level, he has also made an impact at the State of Tennessee Board of Regents SGPC Secretary in 2016-2017, and their president in 2017-2018. He was a semi-finalist for the TBR Student Regent process in 2017. Kirkland also has a passion for politics. He has participated in the Tennessee Intercollegiate State Legislature, which is called TISL, for the last 2 years, and he was elected this past November by students all across Tennessee as the 49th General Assembly Speaker of the House of Representatives. With his time at TISL, he has also participated on the Supreme Court Nominating Commission, Media Director Selection Commission, member of the Middle Tennessee TISL Outreach Team, and the Legislative Council. In total, Kirkland has logged over 350-plus hours of community service and leadership experience. He has devoted an immeasurable amount of time over the past 2 years trying to better student involvement, engagement, and inclusiveness. He views and treats everyone as equal, no matter what their religion, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, social class, etc. Kirkland's passion is people, and it shows in his dedication to the students and the people he represents. On a personal note, it's been my pleasure to work with Kirkland over the past 3 years, and it's been a joy to watch his growth and his development, and I look to see all of the good things that's going to come from the future of him. Ladies and gentlemen, our commencement speaker for the morning 2018 ceremony, Mr. Kirkland Pinkerton.
How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. This sentiment was stated by a character we can all relate to, Winnie the Pooh. I remember fondly as a young child, sitting on the couch, wrapped up in a warm blanket, watching Winnie the Pooh with my parents and siblings, with no other care in the world, other than what was being cooked for dinner that night. Those sure were the good old days. But as I got older, I realized just how comparative this life is to characters and certain circumstances in Winnie the Pooh. As we know, one of Winnie's favorite joys in life was honey. Honey, in essence, is very relatable to the experiences we have had or that we're about to have as we enter into the next journey of our lives. We're going to have those sticky moments, but it's what we learn from those sticky moments, or the sticky messes in life, that makes moving forward so sweet. When I think of how hard life can be, I think of little old Eeyore. In just about every episode of Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore can be seen building this small but intricate little hut for himself. And just about every time, no matter how hard he tries to stop it, someone or something comes down and takes away everything that he's built. It just demolishes it. And you know what he does? He picks up the pieces and he builds again, 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 and again, no matter how many times it takes. Just like honey, we've all been in sticky situations, whether it be in our day-to-day routines, relationships, family, friendships, jobs, and even college. And the truth we must all accept is that life is going to try so hard to get it stuck in its messes. However, it's how we take those situations and get ourselves unstuck that determines what can and cannot hold us back from reaching happiness, love, or that ultimate goal we may have set for ourselves. No matter how often we get knocked down, we pick up the pieces and build again, just like Eeyore would. As we grow as people in a forever changing society, the more we are going to realize this life is hard. It's not always going to be the sunshine, the rainbows, and the ice cream we thought with becoming a responsible adult. We were all told throughout our lives to prepare for the real world, but how are we supposed to do that exactly? At such a tender age, the human mind is simply incapable of handling existential information of that magnitude. As we grow up and have life experiences, however, we get it. Life is hard, for an overflowing bucket full of reasons. It's hard to find something we're good at and enjoy and can get paid to do. It's hard to keep in constant harmony the precarious desires and mood swings of two autonomous human beings. It's hard to feel as though we are making a difference in a world that is indifferent and incomprehensibly vast. But just like that sticky honey, it can also get hard when it's not being used to its fullest potential and less sitting stagnant, quite like this life we're living. Hard times are going to come our way. Grief, pain, anger, disappointment, tears, hurt. We'll face them all in this lifetime. I wish I could promise otherwise, but life's repetitive history bears the truth of what I just said. We'll face the death of people we love. We'll find ourselves lost in the world. We may also be betrayed by those closest to us, and we will also go through periods of devastating self-doubt. We can all choose to go through life being like Eeyore, just all sad and mopey all the time, or we can go through life being like Tigger, optimistic, joyful, and full of life. Tigger chooses to be happy in just about everything he does and treats everyone he encounters the same. something from which we can all learn from. Despite the mishaps that happen along each of our journeys, there are so many more diverse aspects that show us how sweet this life is that we've been given. If there's one thing that the people of this great college have taught me, it's that we can do anything that we set out to accomplish, quite like the loving, bouncing Tigger. We may need help along the way, but that is okay. Life isn't meant to be fought alone and in the dark. This is a good life, despite the pain we may face at different times, and maybe even because of the pain. Light is so much more stunning when we know what darkness looks like. Being in college and having the experiences not every college student gets has made me so much more aware of the outside world. There were times I thought all the papers, discussion questions, exams, sleepless nights, and just life in general were going to break me. And I know we can all relate to that one. But what I figured out through all of this is that you can survive more than you think. Our brains are a dynamic and very scary place. You'll hit what you're sure is rock bottom, and you'll think, I can't possibly take one more hardship. And then, rock bottom will be taken out from under you, and you'll be falling again to a new bottom. You can survive it. Trust the source of your strength, the place of your understanding, and the strength you need will show up eventually. You can fall apart, but that doesn't mean you'll be permanently damaged or broken. In the cycle of life, deconstruction has to happen before new construction can begin. The falling apart is necessary and vital to human growth and development, both physically and mentally. Let it happen. Don't try too hard to hold yourself together. We should all be like Eeyore in the sense that he always picks up the pieces and builds again, no matter how hard it is at the time and no matter how hard it may seem. Old patterns need to die, painful but true, before new patterns can emerge to a new light. Think of all the honeybees that have to pollinate hundreds and even thousands of flowers just to make a small amount of honey. Yes, it might be painful and hard for that honeybee at the time, but if it doesn't do what it's designed to do, it withholds life from happening, and the world wouldn't be the same without it. Just like you wouldn't, or the world would not be the same without you and your uniquenesses. Our greatest enemy is actually the fear of what we're trying to hide from the world. Fear will cause us to do unhealthy things just to maintain our reputation as a pulled-together person. I'm here to tell you from experience, let go of your image of a pulled-together person and practice letting go of the self-induced fear and the societal fear and have pride in yourself. I say practice because it takes time, effort, and some pretty deep personal work to recognize that fear and eventually develop the ability to gradually let it go. You must learn from life's knockdown dragouts to just be who you are and do what you're put on this earth to do, to be happy, to love, to help build others, to simply live the best life you can. Because we all only have this one shot that can be taken from us at any given moment. As Tigger all too often said, the wonderful thing about Tiggers is that I'm the only one. You are who you are, and there is not a person in the world like you. Be a Tigger. Be a Pooh Bear. We must enjoy the honey that life gives us. Choose to be the change we all wish to see. Be someone's saving grace as a future nurse. Be that person someone can confide in as a future psychologist. Help fight life battles as a future lawyer. Just know your calling and stop at nothing to get there. Because in the wake of things, life really is like honey, sticky at times, but oh so sweet. Winnie the Pooh, like many of you in this room, offers incredibly wise truths that we can all learn from. Here are some inspiring takeaways from our favorite bear. Winnie tells us over and over through his interactions with characters how to value life, the friendships, and the relationships that we will make throughout the course of our individual journeys. Winnie also shows us that we must work hard at everything we want in this world, because hard work often bears the sweetest gifts of all. But through this all is one of the best lessons, being fortunate enough to have people that make saying goodbye so hard. We should all feel so lucky that we have these people in our lives, and we need to make sure that we thank them and just spend every waking moment we can with these people. Thank you to our parents, guardians, family members, but most importantly, our educators that are helping shape the minds in higher education. We would not and could not be here without you all. Now, I want to leave with one last quote from Christopher Robin, who gives some of life's best advice. And he says, "Promise me, Winnie, that you'll always remember that you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Kirkland. I would like to bring to your attention the platter that is located to my right. We began a tradition in fall 2011 of presenting our commencement speaker with a magnificent platter like the one you see here. This was and is made possible by Columbia State alum and potter, Dr. Pitts Henson, who turns these platters and donates them to the college for the special gift. I had the pleasure of presenting Kirkland with his platter this morning before the ceremony. I know that he will remember Columbia State every time he looks at it, as we will also remember Tigger and think about Kirkland. Next, I want to introduce the President's Leadership Society. In the spring of 2011, the President's Leadership Society was organized. The establishment of this society was based on the belief that leadership is inherent in all of our lives and that we all have leadership roles. The President's Leadership Society is open to all students at Columbia State and requires only their commitment to involvement for learning, participation, and helping others. To earn the President's Medallion and be a President's Leadership Society graduates, members must, among other activities, participate in a leadership retreat, complete approved activities and workshops spread over 3 or more semesters that involve activities like self-management, goal setting, campus life, culture, civic understanding, community service, and they must graduate. Currently, there are 96 students participating in the program. Today, between the 2 commencement ceremonies taking place, we have a total of 19 students, the second largest graduating PLS class. Each is wearing the President's Leadership Society medallion, which was presented during a ceremony held earlier this morning. I ask that the spring 2018 PLS graduates please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. It is now time for the conferring of the degrees and the certificates. I ask Ms. Joni Lennox, Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs, if she will please join me at the podium for the presentation of the spring 2018 graduating class and the conferring of the degrees. Ms. Lennox.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts and the Associate of Fine Arts degree please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty and administration, I present to you the candidates for the Associate of Arts and the Associate of Fine Arts degree.
With the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the state of Tennessee, I confer upon you the Associate of Arts degree or the Associate of Fine Arts degree with the full privileges, honors, and responsibilities.
Candidates, please be seated. Will the candidates for the Associate of Science and the Associate of Science in Teaching degree please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty and administration, I present to you the candidates for the Associate of Science and the Associate of Science in Teaching degree.
with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the State of Tennessee, I confer upon you the Associate of Science degree or the Associate of Science in Teaching degree with the full privileges, honors, and responsibilities.
Candidates, please be seated.
Nathaniel Keys DeBow. Samantha Michelle Rainey. Elliot Christopher Bright. Olivia Mason. Elba Judith Rios Ramsey. Alexis Nicole Samples. Ryan B. Sargent. Tony Trevion Gillum. Anna Kate Holt. Sophia G. Rovenstein. Haley Marie Weesey. Emma Christine Ware. Sedona Van Gordon. Ethan Emmanuel Garrett. Deanna Leanne Lentini. Gina Elaine Mangiaracina. Logan Randall Martin. Daniel Christian Millard. Damon Gibb Schrader. Talia Nicole Ballantine. Cara Noel Blaylock. Dakota Rose Butler. Hunter Patrick Hewlin. Matthias R. Campos. Leighton Russell Packwood. William Bryant Powers. Tyler Monroe Baldwin. Benjamin Don Hanback. Christina Eileen Davis. Card? Thank you. Ashley Faith Brooks. Amber Lynn Futch. Evan Aaron Kelly. Card? Thank you. Johnny Miranda. Megan McLeod Zerstadt. Roy James Blair. Alejandra Conyers. Timothy Hunter Morgan. Jonathan Thomas Myrick. Karen Posey Parker. Ashley E. Peck. Austin Seaborn. Austin Joseph Smith. Megan Danielle Whipple. Samuel David Dunham. Caitlin Marie Adams. Hannah Noel Madura. Austin Tyler Parman. Lauren Nicole Smith. Seth R. Bates. Ryan Caleb Davis. Javarius Tavon King. Antipas Frederick Booker. Kathleen LaRue Fawbush. Alina Christine Hartman. Karina May Sprinkle. Megan Maxine Nicole York. Derek Wayne Fowler. Jackson Lee Muncie. Allie Elizabeth Ryopel. Benjamin Thomas Spurlock. Victoria Grace Reeves. Brittany Marie Herron. Jacob Lane Holman. Katie Joy Vincent. Scott J. Austin. Kaylee Kristen Fernandez. Williams Cole Hubbard. Morgan Alyssa Larrabee. Morgan Searles. Zachary Scott Swan. Noah Thomas Walker. Stacy Latrice White. Austin Bowser. Thomas M. Garrison. Sonny Wade Mitchell. Alexandria Sybil Bowles. Marissa
Miss Michelle Leopold Young. Dustin Harrington. Roderick Harris. Zachary Neal Harris. Sydney Lynn Heath. Nick Hill. Dylan Christopher Horn. Jada Nicole Hughes. Glennie Anne Marie Jones. Miranda Keaton. Raymonette Kendall. Stephanie Alexis King. Caleb Michael Lane. Caitlin Marie Lacates. Gracie Danielle Leslie. Keldrick LaSure. Kaylee Love Luna. Hannah April Massengale. Peyton Searson McLean. Kashima Shania McFall. Shayna McPherson. Savannah Melcher. Marcus Garvey Mitchell Jr. Allison Brooke Moore. Danielle Lynn Moore. Reagan Ansley Nunez. Kevin Joseph Overton Hall. Lauren Michelle Perry. Victoria Natasha Samuel. Carly Faith Sanders. Abigail Faith Smith. Kelsey L. Smith. Hannah Elizabeth Stanford. Brittany N. Tucker. Brittany Nicole Tull. Samantha Lane Ward. Sierra Renee Whitwell. Ashley Victoria Wise. Megan Marie Roberts. Clarissa Diane Adams. Alexa Catherine Davis. Riley B. Chandler. Holly Diane Lee. Roxanne Marie Haynes. Jacob Lee Kaiser. Tessa Renee Davis. Samantha Joanne Haynes. Cecilia Elise Leargrea. Mackenzie Faith Sanders. Cassidy Faith Skaggs.
Graduates, please rise. Yeah, let's give them a hand. I think that's good. Graduates, commencement as first defined is the first existence of anything, act or fact of commencing, rise, origin, beginning, start. Today we have honored the culmination of your work as a student at Columbia State, which gives rise to your future. Now you will symbolically begin your new direction by moving your tassel from the right to the left. Graduates, move your tassel. All right. Please be seated. Please be seated. It is now our pleasure to confirm today's graduates as Columbia State Community College alumni. At this time, I ask Betty Yates and Haley Weesey to join me at the podium. The college and its alumni are represented by Betty Yates, Executive Assistant to the President and an active Columbia State alum. The graduates are represented by Spring 2018 graduate and PLS graduate Haley Weesey. Haley received the Associate of Arts degree in psychology and plans to be an active alum. Will all the graduates please rise?
Miss Yates, standing before you are the degree recipients from Columbia State Community College that have graduated during today's ceremony. Speaking on behalf of the student body, we request that each of these graduates be formally added to the list of alumni of Columbia State Community College. We pledge our continuing allegiance and devotion to this great college. We ask you to accept our pledge and direct our service.
Thank you, Haley. To assist and begin the induction, I ask that all Columbia State faculty and staff that graduated from Columbia State to please rise and remain standing. I also ask that members of the audience who graduated from Columbia State to rise and remain standing. I ask that those in the audience who attended Columbia State to rise and remain standing. Members of the graduating class, congratulations. We accept your pledge and welcome you to complete fellowship with the alumni of Columbia State Community College. As the college is important to you, you are important to the college. You are the college's representatives in your chosen fields and in your communities. The strength of Columbia State is gauged by the strength of its alumni. The college will be your gateway to fuller, more meaningful lives. The alumni join you in your pledge of service and fellowship, that as alumni, together, we may continue to grow in service to our great college, communities, and nation.
To the newest alumni of Columbia State Community College, we extend our congratulations and we acknowledge your continuing commitment and connection to the college. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the newest Columbia State alumni, the graduating class of spring 2018. Please be seated. Several announcements to make. There have been many candid photos that have been taken by Columbia State staff today. Their photos will be posted on the Columbia State Alumni Facebook page and the Columbia State Facebook page. Please enjoy those photos. You will get this page easily by going to the Columbia State webpage and looking for the Facebook link and linking to it. While on the alumni page, click the like button because we would really like for you to keep up with what's going on at the college through our many posts. I also encourage our graduates, new and former, to connect with the Columbia State LinkedIn page. It is a good way to build your profile and stay connected with the college and other professionals. Immediately following the recessional, we will have a reception. The reception, due to the weather, normally it's outside, but today it does not fall into that kind of category. It will be held in the Jones Student Center. And because the rain is fairly heavy outside, our recessional will be a little bit different than what we have done in the past. The students will, as we recess as normal, to downstairs. We have raincoats to hand to them so they can move on to the Student Center. And then after that, after they have left and moved, then family members, you can move to the Student Center as well. We do have different banners set up for photo opportunities and the like there, so it should be a good time just to have to walk through the rain to get there. So please join with your fellow student or with your student in the Student Center and enjoy the reception. So the recessional again will be, we will march out, the students will go downstairs, be given a raincoat to move to the Student Center. The Lancers will come in and continue playing until they have moved that direction, and then we will all move to the Student Center. So, again, thank you everyone for being here. It has been a glorious day, and before we recess, let's one more time show the students and the graduates of Columbia State what we think of them. As all guests remain seated.
This guy's